I'm doing this um to try and keep a record of what I'm doing in life. Um, because life is very confusing for me right now. Because I've had a brain injury, and the result of this brain injury is that I've lost my memory almost entirely. I have very limited knowledge of my entire past. So much of my life is mostly a mystery. So, because I've experienced this memory loss, it's made me worried about how I record information. So I'm doing this to be sure that my memory record is safe. So putting it on YouTube means that it will be safe, I'd imagine. So, for example, I've had a computer and a laptop, and so I've had machines to record information and whatever. But I no longer have my computers now. So everything I've had on the computers is now lost to me. So I don't have confidence in doing that again in future, which is why I'm doing this on YouTube rather than on a computer or whatever. So I am very confused in life because of my condition. I'm not even sure if I mentioned it before, because I've had a brain injury, and I believe it was in 2015, but I'm really not sure. I don't even know why I think it was 2015, but somehow I believe that. And the brain injury has resulted in me losing memory of virtually everything. I have some limited memory, but it's incredibly small amount of knowledge. So I think I've said already I wanted to do this to make a start to rebuild my life in a way, to keep a record of who I am, and I need to know where to begin, so I'm starting here. So I'll start with my schooling. I attended St. Aidan's Primary School, and that's in North London, Stroud Green, I think. St. Aidan's Primary School. I then went to Highgate Wood Secondary School, and that's in Crouch End in North London. So I did my GCSEs in Highgate Wood. And then I went to Fortismere School, and that's again in North London, near Muswell Hill, to do my A-levels. My A-levels, I'm pretty sure, were English, maths, and physics. And I believe my grades were possibly CCD. So possibly English and physics were C's, and maths was a D maybe. But I'm really not sure. And at university, I went to University of Westminster, and I did a degree in cognitive science, which is the study of human intelligence mainly. And I got a 2-2 in that degree. I've also studied for possibly a year at the University of North London before moving to the University of Westminster. So A-levels and GCSEs and A-levels were at Highgate Wood School. No, GCSEs were at Highgate Wood School. A-levels were at Fortismere School in Muswell Hill, North London. Yeah, so GCSEs Highgate Wood, A-levels Fortismere, and then University of Westminster for my degree. Okay, so that's my education. Highgate Wood School, Fortismere School, and University of Westminster and University of North London for 1 year. And what else? The companies I've worked for were New Leaf Limited, which was a small IT consultancy. I don't remember the location of that. It's somewhere near central London, I believe. I also worked for FI Group, which was a consultancy business, IT services company. And I believe FI Group changed its name and became a different named company. I don't remember what. And that was a PLC, FI Group PLC. What else? I've done education. Oh, my grades in GCSE were 1A, 3 Bs, 4 Cs, a D and an E. I'm fairly certain of that. And I believe my A-level grades were CCD maybe, but I'm not sure about that. I think GCSEs were English and maths and history. I think that was modern world history. I did physics and chemistry. I may have done geography and chemistry maybe. It is so strange not having a memory anymore. It's so weird. So I've covered my education. My work history was New Leaf Limited, FI Group. Who else did I work for? I was also self-employed, and I called that company Saro Systems, SARO, Saro Systems, and that was a partnership with Oleg Smirnov, and that was an IT consultancy. I then left that consultancy, that partnership, and formed my own IT service company called Arla Computing. And Arla were my initials on my name. That's Roland Lanka Adeligan. What else? So for FI Group, New Leaf Limited, so difficult not having a functioning memory. I believe I worked for another company, and I think it was a large company. So I mentioned FI Group, I mentioned the private businesses, Sarah Systems and Alta Computing. I worked for New Leaf Limited, small IT consultancy. And FI Group was a large PLC company. I can't remember other companies I may have worked for. Now I will try and see if any other memories come back. Right, what else can I say? I've made a video documentary called Man, Woman, Myth, one word, and I put that on YouTube, and that concerned feminism and men's rights. And I still intend to do more work in that area soon. So Man, Woman, Myth still exists on YouTube, I'm glad to say. But my life has changed in that my computers have been taken away from me. I don't remember details or why that was. But all I know is that I've been injured, and I believe, I'm almost completely sure it was a suicide attempt in 2015. And I was several years in hospitals, but I have no memory of any details. All that's happened is that I woke up to find I was here in supported living. And supported living is a place where I'm housed and fed. I'm treated very much like a rabbit in a cage. I don't know where I am. I don't speak with anybody, and I don't see anybody. The staff do things without being seen. I'm not aware of people. I don't have any communication with anybody. I'm just maintained alive, and I'm comfortable, and I suppose I'm well treated, but I have no contact with anybody at all. So it is a strange existence. I am just surviving. I have internet access. I have a computer. I have a phone as well, but it's broken recently and I'm trying to get a new one. So as I say, I'm being maintained very much like a rabbit in a cage. And I'm comfortable. I'm just describing the situation. I'm not complaining about the situation. I am mystified about what my life is. It is very strange, and I don't know anything because I've lost my memory very much, almost entirely. I don't really understand anything at all, I would say. I am merely existing in life. I'm not living properly as a person normally would. So I don't know what to do with myself. I don't know what I can do at all. All I can do at the moment is survive day to day, and I'm not doing anything, I'm not talking to anybody. There's no treatment, therapy or anything going on. I don't understand what's happening. And I'm worried that this is my life permanently, to be just kept alive. And I'm worried that there's no chance for me to improve, and that's why there's no treatment going on. Maybe this is my life. So I really don't know what to do. So as I say, I'm doing this to record my thoughts and what memories I do have to an extent so that I don't lose this again, as I've lost my computers with all of my work in the past. Thankfully, other men out there have kept my Man Woman Myth documentary available on YouTube. So I'm glad about that. I've also put the films on this channel as well, but the films are available on other channels. I'm so grateful for the men out there who have helped me by saving the documentary. So I am very confused in life. I don't actually know what to do. I don't speak to anybody, I don't see anybody. I'm just here being kept alive in this room. It's like a small studio flat type place. So I'm being maintained and I don't know what else I can be doing. I'm just surviving for now. So I will record more possibly, but I don't know what else to be saying now about my situation. One other thing is that I was married and I do have 2 children. I believe I'm divorced now, but I don't know, but I believe I must be. I'm not in touch with my ex-wife, I imagine. So I don't know the situation. I have 2 children, and the only thing I know them completely, the only thing absolutely, is I know their names, James and Sophie. I don't know how old they are, I don't know what they look like, I don't know where they are. But I believe they may be in North London. I used to live in Barnet in North London, in 5 Sycamore Close, East Barnet, EN4 8AQ. And before I was living there, I lived in Haringey, North London, and that was in flat 10, 7 Warwick Gardens, London N4 1JS. I also lived at North London again, 6 Otway Court, Granville Road, London N4 4JD. So I've given the address in North London, I've given the address in Haringey, Warwick Gardens. I've done the East Barnet address, or I think it was East Barnet. Yes, I believe I've done my addresses now. Companies I work for are New Leaf Limited, FI Group PLC, and private companies were Saro Systems and Arda Computing. I'm trying to record whatever I can remember about my life. So I've mentioned the companies I worked for, I've mentioned where I lived. Schools I went to were Highgate Wood, Fortismere, and University of Westminster, and University of North London. I got a 2-2 level grade in cognitive science. That was a BSc, and that was at University of Westminster. My A-levels were English, Maths and Physics. My GCSEs were English, Maths, History, Geography, Chemistry, Physics. maths. Mm, it is so strange not having a memory that works. My A levels were English, maths, and physics, and I think I did an AS level in general studies. I think it was called. I studied, I believe, from 1991 to 1994. That was my degree. And my A levels were 1989 to 91, I believe. My GCSEs were 1984 to 1989, I think. I think I've done my GCSE grades. From my understanding was I got an A, 3 Bs, 4 Cs, a D and E. So there were 10 GCSEs. And my degree was cognitive science. I got a 2-2. So that's what I can remember for now of my past. I was married, I don't know the dates, but I was married to Elizabeth Moss, she was called initially. My name is Roland Adelagun, that's Adelagun. My children's names are James and Sophie, and that's all I know about my children. I don't even know how to guess how old they might be. They could be 10, 12, it could be 8, it could be 15. I really don't know how old they are. I don't know what they look like. I don't know where they are. So I believe I've done my addresses, where I've lived. I used to own a flat in North London, and that was flat 10, 7 Warwick Gardens, London N4 1JS. And I also lived with my father in flat 6 Otway Court, Granville Road, London N4 4JD. I've also lived in Barnet, North London, at 5 Sycamore Close, East Barnet, London EN4 8AQ. And I think it may have been the 2000 period that I lived there. So I'll probably stop there for now as a record of what I can remember of life. It is very limited, but it's something at least.